All right, y'all. We are back with another video. And shout out to Dr. Steve. He just dropped another video and he said that Trump just got the most amazing news ever. So I definitely need to dive straight into this. Y'all already know how we all feel about it. Anytime we hear that Trump got some more amazing news, we are extremely happy because we know that it just inches away that Biden is finna be gone out of office before he destroy this country even more than what he already done did. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what's going on. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. I also want to thank everybody that clicked on this video for the very first time. Without further ado, let's dive straight into it and let's find out this amazing news Trump just got. Let's go.
Jim Acosta asked CNN's senior data reporter Harry Enton about the biggest problem Mr. Biden is facing as he tries to win re-election.
It's age. Voters think he's too old. Is just too old to be an effective president. 70% of likely voters across these 6 battleground states say that Joe Biden is too old to be an effective president. Donald Trump, that number is 39%. If you look back at the 2020 numbers, Joe Biden's numbers didn't come anywhere close to approaching this. This, to me, is the big problem, and I'm just not particularly sure how you solve that problem if you're Joe Biden. Perhaps you go out and show that you can campaign. Perhaps you try and bring Donald Trump's numbers up a little bit.
Right, I mean,
but the
Trump's
fact
only
is,
3 years younger.
Yeah, he's only 3 years younger. It's not like he's, this isn't a great difference. But the fact is,
Right.
It's all about perception, Jim. It's not about the numbers in this particular case. It's about perception. And the perception is that voters believe that Joe Biden is just too old at this point.
This is probably going to lead to a lot of Democrats increasing the chatter that Joe Biden should step aside and make room for another Democrat.
And I think the problem that Democrats have is they don't know who that Democrat would be right now. I don't think that people look at Kamala Harris and feel like she is ready to take that step forward. They look across the rest of the party, governors, senators, mayors, House members, and they're struggling to figure out who they could put up if it's not Joe Biden. And so I think the reality is Democrats are probably going to run Joe Biden.
The New York Times, and they're right about it, says, in a remarkable sign of a gradual racial realignment between the two parties, the more diverse the swing state, the farther Mr. Biden was behind. And he led only in the whitest of 6.
But I will tell you, this is the first time, Jen, that I have felt like the 2024 election is in great trouble for the president and for our Democratic control, which is essential to moving forward.
They're panicking, gang. The Democrats are absolutely panicking. As one of their own polls from the New York Times itself shows that President Trump is headed for a historic landslide. We're going to see the latest poll that shows Trump absolutely running away with this. We're going to see precisely what's causing him to surge and why things are only going to get worse for bumbling Biden. You're not going to want to miss this. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Also, if you would, please share this video with friends and family. We are once again being throttled by big tech, so I need your help to get the hopeful messages channel out to as many people as possible. Things have just gone from bad to worse for bumbling Biden and the Democrats. The woke left-wing activists disguised as journalists at the New York Times are absolutely freaking out this morning as a brand new poll, their own, shows Trump absolutely running away with the election. Take a look at this. According to the New York Times poll, if the election were held today, Donald Trump would win over 300 electoral votes. Trump is currently leading nearly every swing state. He's plus 10 in Nevada, plus 6 in Georgia, plus 5 in Michigan, plus 5 in Arizona, plus 4 in Pennsylvania. The only state he's behind in, according to the poll, is Wisconsin. Trump is behind by 2. The problem with that is that Wisconsin is notoriously difficult to poll. Senator Ron Johnson, for example, he was consistently behind in all the polls prior to 2022 midterms. He went on to win re-election handily. So if Trump is crushing it in all of these other battleground states, he's most likely going to be crushing it in Wisconsin as well. By contrast, 1 year out from the election, Biden's approval rating is currently the lowest of any president since Jimmy Carter. He's sitting at a 37% approval. He's literally politically imploding, all the while Trump is surging. And here's the key. He's surging with voters that the ultra-libs over at the New York Times never imagined would even consider voting for Trump. But it's happening. Wait until you see this. But first, gang, did you know that the latest data from the American Heart Association indicates that adults with fatty liver were 3.5 times voters under 30 favor Mr. Biden by only a single percentage point. Keep in mind, this is a group that voted for Biden by 65 points in 2020. Yep. His lead among Hispanic voters is down to single digits, and his advantage in urban areas is half of Mr. Trump's edge in rural regions. Yep. And while women still favored Mr. Biden, men preferred Mr. Trump by twice as large a margin, reversing the gender advantage that had fueled so many Democratic gains in recent years. Black voters, long a bulwark for Democrats and for Mr. Biden, are now registering 22% support in these states for Mr. Trump, a level unseen in presidential politics for a Republican in modern times. Now, that comment by the New York Times corroborates what the Washington Post recently came out and admitted, that Trump is seeing levels of minority support no Republican has reached in half a century.
Wow.
They found that across 5 high-quality polls over the course of a month, Trump averaged an astonishing 20% support among black voters and an unprecedented 42% support among Latino voters. All 5 of these polls came to the same conclusion. They're all corroborating the fact that Trump has amassed support among minority voters that no Republican has seen in half a century. And many are arguing that it's largely due to the backlash against this weaponized legalism that the Democrats have unleashed against Trump. You know, that mugshot, we say it over and over again, that freaking glorious, awesome, amazing mugshot.
We all just said that, and y'all done heard me say that plenty of times. That mugshot is sure enough. It what helped surge Trump even more. Even though at that time, I think Trump was still doing good in the polls. But when that mugshot came out, he sure enough started surging then. That's the reason why we kept saying every time they try to do something to Donald Trump, it backfired every single time. Every single time it backfired. Every time they tried to do something, put him in jail, take a mugshot, raid his house. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. All these indictments, every time they did something, all it did was just help Trump in numbers. Every time. And now look at Biden his own side saying he's too old to run. He's too old to run. They don't even want him to run. So what they gonna try to do now? Get Obama back in there? Get Kamala Harris to run? You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it really don't matter. Because like I said, I still feel like Donald Trump is going to win. Right now, he's winning by a landslide, and I love it. They lucky it didn't end today. Because he, like I said before, and like Dr. Steve said, Trump will be winning by a landslide right now. But this is what the Dems get. This is what the left get. Y'all voted for Joe Biden. This is what you get. And look what he done. You know what Joe Biden have done since he been in office? Absolutely nothing. That's exactly what he done. Absolutely nothing. That's why it's so much stuff going on in the world right now because of him. All the lies he's been saying about him and his son. I don't know anything about their business dealings. Yes, you do. You know everything, Joe. You just want to lie to the American people like you've been doing. But this is great news to see that Donald Trump is surging. So we need him to take over take over Wisconsin, which I believe he will. But right now, it's looking very, very, very good right now, y'all. Very good.
Is the GOAT. It's the greatest of all time because it made Trump officially gangsta. He's now one of us.
Yeah.
Voters who have consistently voted Democrat are now voting Trump almost solely based on the fact that that image made him one of them. But it's not just that. According to the Times own poll, you heard it earlier, over 70% of voters just think Biden's too old to be president. He's just too old, and he ain't getting any younger. And we all see it. He's stumbling. He's stuttering. He can't put a coherent sentence together. He can't find his way off.
Exactly. You know, can't find his way off stage. He always stumbling, bumbling, forgetting what he said. But the thing is about Trump is Trump can get up there and give you a full sentence. He can talk. You ain't gonna see Trump stumbling over his words. You ain't gonna see Trump tripping and falling every 3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why you need a president like Trump up in there. Somebody that, you know, that don't come with all that extra stuff. You don't see Trump tapping on your shoulders, getting so close to people, getting in their ear, and you don't see them calling Trump creepy Trump. No, only thing you hear is creepy Joe. So, I mean, you get the best out of Trump. When Trump talking, you never see anybody up there that got to help him with anything, because Trump knows what he's doing. He don't need no help at all. He can put a full sentence together. He know his way off stage. He ain't going to be tripping over his words and stuff like that. Come on, man. And that's the truth about what Dr. Steve just said there.
Any younger. And we all see it. He's stumbling. He's stuttering. He can't put a coherent sentence together. He can't find his way off stage. I mean, there's just no hiding it anymore. And now it's so bad, it's so obvious that he's beyond repair that Barack Obama's former advisor, David Axelrod, is openly calling on Biden to drop out of the race. It's over. If Biden's the nominee, according to Axelrod, if Biden's the nominee, the Democrats are going to get crushed in November. Crushed.
Yep.
Trump's going to sweep all the swing states and win over 300 electoral votes. And then he's going to have a decisive mandate to fundamentally transform the nation to an ultra mega super state. And on top of all that, he's going to go full animal and all of these Democrats who weaponize the legal system against him and his family and his businesses. He's going to win the presidency in a landslide, and then he's going to round them all up. And then he's going to unleash retribution against them like never before. And they're panicking. Yep. Biden's downfall is their downfall.
Yep.
And if you're a Democrat, things right now are looking pretty grim indeed. Are you?
Boy. They are panicking. Shout out to Dr. Steve, man, for always bringing us the news. Anytime I see a title that say Trump just got some most amazing news, I definitely need to check it out. And, you know, I definitely got to get this video to y'all so y'all can see it. And make sure y'all go check out Dr. Steve. I will leave the original video in the description. That way y'all can go check him out, because he always keeping us up to date. And that's the reason why I try to bring the videos to y'all in case y'all haven't seen it. But this right here is great news, man. Like, Trump is still doing good in the polls. Biden on side is constantly turning on him. Bill Maher, you've seen a lot of people that's starting to turn on him, telling him he need to drop out of the race and all type of stuff. So we see it. It's bumbling down for old bumbling Joe Biden. But like I said, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.